Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with BB, and today for 10 Minutes Max, we are going to be talking about a little hidden secret that I don't think many people have discovered yet. It's a correlation between an S&P 500 related product and a bull market trigger for Bitcoin and for crypto. To be fair, I can't take credit for this. Somebody, I don't know who they are. They commented this and told me to take a look at it under one of my latest videos. And I did it last night on my phone late at night when I saw the comment. And I was like, dang, this is really interesting. I can't believe I've never noticed this before. So what we're looking at right here is RSP. Okay. You might be looking at this going, oh, this looks really similar to, this looks really similar to the S&P 500, and you would in fact be correct. All right. So I don't know what all these drawings are. We can just delete these. Maybe that happens. I don't even know what that is. But let's do this. So again, RSP is up top and S&P 500 is down below. And the purpose of me showing you this is just what are we looking at? They look similar, right? So what you're looking at right here is your true S&P 500, and RSP is a modified version of this. This is an equally weighted S&P 500, okay? So what does that mean? All right, let's pop over to one other screen first and take a look at it. So what we're looking at right here is the S&P 500 ETF components, okay? So something really interesting is that Microsoft, we'll delete this ad, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon collectively. So Microsoft makes up 7%, Apple 6%, Nvidia 5.25%, Amazon 3. They make up like 20% of the entire S&P 500, okay? You're talking about 3 or 4 companies, right? So, when these companies pull back, it's bad for the stock market in general, or S&P 500 specifically, and when they go up, everything flies with it, right? You basically have a handful of companies, you could even go down further, look at Meta, look at Google, Berkshire. You've got a handful of companies that are basically the US economy, right? But RSP is a modified version of the S&P 500. It's an equally weighted ETF. So it's the S&P 500, but you'll see here, rather than, Microsoft making up 7%, let's find Microsoft. Microsoft. So you can see right here, Microsoft makes up, again, it's just the same weight as all these other companies that are in the S&P 500. Okay. So again, that's just quickly what we're looking at. So it gives you a really clean look at the actual state of the US economy rather than the state of, you know, a dozen or a half a dozen companies, which is really kind of what the S&P 500 has turned into. So when you're looking for, in my opinion, when you're looking to determine, the true health and strength of the market, you're going to want to probably look at, more than just the S&P. So this is just a very interesting way to actually look at it. So first things first, I think this wick was a mistake. That this didn't actually happen. I think this was just a misprint or something. But anyways, let's talk about what this means and what it can mean for crypto. So we're gonna throw up Bitcoin down below. All right, we'll put Bitcoin in log mode. All right, and I'll make it look pretty like I always do for you guys, right? Because if we're here, we might as well give it everything we've got. So now let's move this up. Move to existing pane above. We're going to adjust this, and then we will zoom in. We'll modify this chart. All right, now we're cooking. Now we are indeed cooking. We got everything where it needs to be. All right. Now, what I want to talk about, and again, someone left me this comment. All right. Someone left me this comment. I'll label this real quick for you guys. RSP. All right. So again, that's the equally weighted S&P 500 ETF. All right. And then of course here we have Bitcoin. All right. They said to me, basically whenever RSP goes on to make a new high or all-time high, typically it's really, really good for Bitcoin. All right. And I said, okay, let's take a look at it. I'm always looking for these little correlations. So let's mark out Bitcoin's all-time highs. All right. And we're also going to mark out RSP going on to make a new high. All right. There we go. And again, nothing is ever perfect, right? But we want to find little secrets, right? Little correlations that, can work, right? See. So we would probably look at this like, and this is kind of a weird little time, like little range, but I would consider this to be like the new high, right? This is kind of your accumulation, broadening wedge, whatever. And then we'll mark this out for Bitcoin. And then we'll mark out this recent one for RSP. All right, so now what do we notice here? All right, whenever RSP, which again is your equally weighted S&P 500 ETF, whenever it gets, really like truly above, okay, not like a little pop above, like, we had here, or whatever, or here, or even like you could consider all of this, these kind of little like pops above, right? Which is kind of why I chose to ignore them because they weren't like real, bull market new all-time highs, whatever. Um, Whenever RSP gets above its previous cycle all-time high or correction all-time high, Bitcoin does tremendously well, right? So let's mark it out. All right. RSP goes into, like true price discovery, right? Rallies very, very aggressively. We'll put that in green. And then not too far after, Bitcoin basically goes into a parabola. So there's a little bit of a lag with this one, right? But basically, pretty close after, you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Actually, I'll keep that solid and we'll put that in. We'll just put it in blue. All right. So RSP goes on, Chad's above the all-time high, and not too far after, Bitcoin follows. All right. Let's keep it moving. Right here, RSP aggressively rallies above all-time high after sell-off. And what do you know? Bitcoin starts to Chad, goes crazy. Let's mark this out. Again, that one didn't lag quite as much, but pretty interesting, right? So where are we at right now? Right? Well, RSP in similar fashion just had like a little deviation, but now it's back above its all-time high. So we could maybe expect, RSP to continue upwards now after this little bear trap and deviation. It's very actually similar to what we saw over here. And again, we could potentially expect Bitcoin to again go on another crazy bull run because it's in the same spot that it historically has been as RSP has gotten above its previous, I guess we'll call it bull market high before a sell off. So just a very interesting correlation here, with, whenever RSP has gone through one of these, prolonged bear markets or, pullbacks and then gets above the all-time high, Bitcoin, it's typically a really solid sign for the economy, right? It's really solid. It means you don't have 5 to 10 companies that are, holding up the economy, which we do arguably, but it means that the basket itself, weighted appropriately, weighted evenly, is actually in a very healthy state, right? So when the economy's healthy, things are looking good, it's not too much to worry about. That's typically when people will, inherently take on a little bit more risk, which of course most people, not us crypto natives, but a lot of people that are not crypto natives will step into the crypto arena and say, all right, market looks good. Let's put our foot down, pedal to the metal. Let's buy some crypto. Let's go further out on the risk curve. So I found this to be a very interesting correlation. And again, this is just one piece of the puzzle where, we are always looking for additional pieces to add into this puzzle as points of confluence, right? There's not one indicator that works, unanimously, but when you combine something like this, with, USDTD looking like it's going to break down, macro, DXY looking heavy. We're still in a Fed pause window, which has historically been good for risk. Unemployment is still sub 4%. All these different factors that we talk about here on this channel, this is another really interesting correlation that I find, so to see, even we'll zoom in locally here a little bit closer to see RSP, moving up the way that it is, your equally weighted S&P 500, and then of course Bitcoin right under the previous cycle all-time high, looking like it's getting ready to, aggressively trend higher. I just can't help but think, we've seen this before. That was 10 minutes max. We actually stuck to 10 minutes today, but I wanted to show you guys that real quick. Before you go, please consider liking and also subscribing. And again, it makes a huge difference. And thank you guys so much for the support. Last but not least, check out the links in the description below. The first link will take you to our website where you can sign up for our Discord. What you could expect is upwards of 2.5 hours per day of private live voice calls with the entire BB team and also community, where we do Q&A, we talk setups, charts, narratives, every single thing that you need to know in these markets. Again, twice per day, almost 3 hours a day of private live voice calls with Q&A and literally everything you could need. So again, if you really want to take the next step in navigating these markets, there is no better product on the market than our Discord. So sign up sooner rather than later. And additionally, a little bit of a bonus. Within the next 30 days, you are going to get free access included in your existing Discord membership to our new flagship product called the BB Terminal. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto guys. It's got portfolio tracking, derivatives data, heat maps, order flow, aggr, high time frame DCA indicators, literally everything that you can need to succeed in these markets, all bundled into one super website. And again, you are going to be given that for free, included in your existing Discord membership. So really awesome. We're constantly working to improve that. So sign up for the Discord. That's the first link in the description below. The second link in the description below is to the BB Academy. This is our new masterclass, curated meticulously by me and the rest of the Because Bitcoin team. We can save you weeks, months, quarters, even years of learning the wrong things in these markets. If you want to master the art of TA and FA and learn to do analysis like I'm showing you here on these YouTube videos, the BB Academy is certainly for you guys. We cover everything. We share everything. Me and the rest of the Because Bitcoin team been navigating these markets successfully for years. And as a collective, we've got a lot of tips and secrets and tricks. And we can save you a lot of time. There's a lot of people out there teaching TA and FA and all sorts of types of analysis. We sift through all the junk. We sift through all the bad stuff. We can save you a lot of bad habit forming, and honestly save you a lot of time and money. So if you want to take that next step in learning to navigate these markets and become independent as a trader and as an analyst, check out the BB Academy. You will not regret it. And again, it is very, very fairly priced. Prices are going up soon, as you can see if you click on the second link in the description below. So sign up sooner rather than later. But guys, thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe and check out the links below. Support us and support your trading journey. We will see you next time. Take care.